Trying to reconnect. Okay. All right. Okay. It's been pretty windy today, so I'm going to try to keep the mic as covered as possible. I didn't get a chance to. We didn't get a chance to do a live yesterday, mainly because it was just so windy that I didn't think that it would be productive to try to communicate. Let me know if anybody's listening how well you can hear too. We got is in the middle of the day, so it's gonna be a lot more traffic driving through. So I might try to stop at certain incrementally to make sure that what I'm saying is audible. But I'm making this live because I just want to remind people what it is that we are personally in the process of doing right now. What is some of the things that's been going on in the city of Rockford, just so that way we can all be on the same page as far as people who are looking for accountability for the things that took place on April 10th and April 11th. So on April, let these cars go by. Okay. Anybody that's watching this, share this live too. All right, let these cars go by. Okay, again, we're outside of, anybody who don't know, we're outside of City Hall. We've been occupying the outside of the City Hall in Rockford, Illinois for 207 days, 208 days. Anyway, this live is specifically to just remind people that what we need people to be engaging in as they're on social media is to go into the comment sections of news article posts, the comment sections in news article, Twitter posts or Instagram posts, and put it and share the hashtag Justice for Faustin, hashtag Faustin Guetigo, hashtag Justice for Jose, hashtag Jose Gonzalez. What we're trying to do is we're trying to get bring attention to what happened April 10th and April 11th in Rockford, Illinois. And the way that we're trying to go about doing that is making sure that anytime anybody hold on, I'm gonna let these. Okay, no, it's kind of quiet. Anytime anybody sees any news articles or looks in the comments in any WREX or WIFR station, what's up, man? We want them to see the name Faustin Guetigo. We want them to see the name Jose Gonzalez, and we want them to then look into the stories of what happened to Jose Gonzalez and what happened to Faustin Guetigo. In the comment section of this live post, like I've done in other live posts, I'll leave the graphics that some of us are going through and sharing in these comments. In the comment sections on Facebook, it's 6 different graphics, 3 of them for Faustin Guetigo, 3 of them for Jose Gonzalez Jr., 2 of them say Justice for Faustin, and then one has a short description of what happened to Faustin Guetigo. 2 of them say Justice for Jose Gonzalez, and then one of them has a short description of what happened to Jose Gonzalez. And as people are paying attention to what's going on in the nation and in these different cities, with people with communities coming together to try to hold the officers and the institutions accountable that are inflicting violence onto us citizens. As those things are happening in these other areas, I hope that it continues to heighten the awareness and heighten the consciousness of all of the community in Rockford and in the Winnebago County area, and in the hopes that is something that's going on leading up to City Market on May 21st. The May 30th Alliance will organize events on Saturdays and Sundays. However many people come out, that will be determine which actions that we take. But we want people to come out, so people who don't know about what happened to Faustin Guetigo and Jose Gonzalez Jr. Can find out what happened to Faustin Guetigo and Jose Gonzalez Jr. People who may know what happened to Faustin Guetigo and Jose Gonzalez Jr., who may want to find a way that they can, from the level in which they are at, that they can try to help facilitate some type of accountability and help facilitate some type of some increment of justice being given out to these people. We want those people to come out too. And so, again, depending on how many people we have, that will determine which actions that we take. But we just made events on the May 30th Alliance page for the Saturdays and Sundays throughout May, leading up to the first City Market on Friday on May 21st. And so another thing that, now that the weather, hopefully we've went through the last rough patch of as far as cold weather this last week coming up. But hopefully with the weather starting to take a change, I know that it's a lot of people who, because of the weather, could not get involved or could not come outside, or because of what the specific action we were doing, and because of the weather combination, may have felt like being occupying outside of City Hall was not something that they could personally partake or participate in. I hope so. I hope that all of those people, as we start doing these events on Saturdays and Sundays, can come out to those events and can find some type of way that they can contribute by coming to those events. And again, besides just the hashtag on social media that we've been doing, one of the things that we did the weekend before that we will do this weekend coming up is we have printouts of those same graphics that we've been sharing on social media, and we've been taping those printouts to different polls with the short description of what happened to Jose Gonzalez, and with a graphic that says "Justice for Jose Gonzalez," in a short description of what happened to Faustin Guetigo, and a graphic for Faustin Guetigo. And again, the purpose in that is the same thing as the purpose in leaving the comments on social media and trying to use the hashtag on social media as often as possible. It's to raise awareness. It's to get more people to know about what happened to Faustin Guetigo and Jose Gonzalez Jr. And then from that point to get them to ask questions of themselves and ask questions of people that they have interactions with and conversations with, and to have dialogue amongst themselves, and so that way we can get to a place where, as a community, once somebody is killed by a police officer or shot by a police officer, or state-sanctioned violence comes down, instead of us having to spend the next weeks and months trying to get the story out and get people to know that these things happen here, we can build up the type of collective consciousness where everybody is in tune when these things happen, and everybody is looking for answers and looking for accountability when these things happen. And so I think that we are in the process of doing those things, and building that consciousness and raising that consciousness. And so we want to continue to take those steps forward. So again, alongside the sharing of the hashtag on social media, again, this is something that can be done on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. We're trying to do it on multiple social media platforms. It's something that we hope that each week going forward we have more people partaking and participating in. So we're not worried if right now at this moment we don't have a plethora of people that's doing it. Our plan and our objective is to build, is for each week to have more people. It's the same concept that we've been doing with as far as leaving messages in chalk on the sidewalks, and as far as filming and taking pictures of the chalk being washed away and the chalk being rewritten. What's up? It's to continue to get people who may not know that these things happen to find out these things happen. It's to continue to get people who may be lethargic about these issues to be forced to have some type of belief or some type of thought or have some type of feeling about these issues or look deeper into these issues. And so, again, for anybody who may engage in the leaving the hashtag in the comments or the graphic in the comments, there will be people who will leave disparaging remarks. There will be people who will, leave racist or negative remarks. How algorithms work is every extra comment or every extra reaction, whether it's negative or positive, it makes it more likely that somebody else will see whatever that comment is or whatever that post is. And so if the people who if the people who disagree with some type of justice being dealt out to what happened to Faustin, or some type of justice being dealt out to Jose, if they disagree with that to the point in which they feel the need to leave a negative remark or some type of negative response or have a negative reaction to the comment, we're fine with that happening too, because that leads to the possibility of somebody who would have a positive reaction or somebody who will want justice for Jose or justice for Faustin. It leads to them being more likely to see it. So that's the game that we're playing. We are trying to put up as many shots as possible, and with the understanding that the more shots we put up, the higher our percentage will go and the more points we'll put on the board. So if anybody is watching this, please share this video and with the hashtag Justice for Faustin Guetigo, and with the hashtag Justice for Jose and Jose Gonzalez. So I just want to make sure I touch on a few different things here. Again, one of the things that anybody who is not aware or who maybe does not know this, and as the weather has been sort of changing, this has been happening more often. But we are always at City Hall. It is always somebody from the May 30th Alliance at City Hall or near or around City Hall. So please come down. You can come down to City Hall anytime and engage in a dialogue or conversations, or even besides that, if you just feel as if I know there's one of the things that's happened regularly since we've been using the chalk on the sidewalk is it'll be people who may have loved ones who have been lost their lives to police violence or have been traumatized by police violence or mass incarceration or racial injustice issues, who have pulled up and parked and picked up pieces of chalk and wrote down messages or wrote down names of loved ones. And so that is something that can be done at any time. We always have chalk down here. You know, the sidewalks are always here. And again, one of the things that we want to encourage is everybody in whichever manner in which they are comfortable with in this moment, partaking in these actions and partaking in raising the consciousness and playing their part or playing their role with the understanding that everybody starts off with a small action. Everybody starts off with everybody starts off with their own whatever everybody's comfortability level at the beginning of forming ideology or deciding which tactics that they want to use or finding out where exactly they exist in the movement against police terrorism, mass incarceration, and racial injustice. Everybody's going to start at a different level. So some people, for them, marching may be too much, but writing the message in chalk may not be too much. For some people, writing the message in chalk may not be enough. And so, marching is something that they're more incentivized by. For some people, marching won't be enough. And when we take action, such as when we walked in the crosswalk at City Market and stopping traffic, or doing a die-in and stopping traffic, that may be something that is more aligned with their ideological beliefs or their tactical beliefs. And so what we want to do as an organization is to lay out the opportunities to exist on all of those different levels and even levels in which I haven't, laid out here. And so again, that's why on Saturdays and Sundays we are going to have events throughout May, and contingent on how many people come, we'll decide what actions it is that we can take. And besides that, on weekdays, anybody can come down here at any point in time, and anybody who's been here before knows that as you're sitting here, it's inevitable that somebody pulls up and asks what we're here for. It's inevitable that somebody is walking by and stops and has some type of conversation and dialogue around the local issues and then even the national issues, because of how prevalent police terrorism and mass incarceration and racial injustice are in America. All of those things ensue from that. So just coming and existing in this space is a crash course on all of these different issues. And so again, the main purpose of this video was just to remind people that we are continuing to go on a campaign of on social media of sharing with the hashtag of Justice for Faustin Guetigo, Justice for Jose Gonzalez. Again, we want to make sure that everybody who wants to contribute in some type of capacity, that we have some type of avenue that they can contribute in. And so right now, that is the avenue that at any point in time, for however long, somebody can contribute. You can 30 minutes, an hour. I done been banned a few times from leaving comments, from going through and leaving comments in different posts. And I've seen other people as I've left those comments. I've seen other people as I'm leaving those comments, liking the comments, who are from different areas and from different cities. And so I think one of the other things we have to get to a place of is understanding that Rome wasn't built in a day. That everything happens through time. That patience is important, and it is unfortunate that we have to be patient with an issue that is so damaging as this. It's hard to be patient when people's lives are being destroyed and lives are being lost. But unfortunately, that is the position in which we're in, especially in Rockford and in Winnebago County. And so we are, whether we like it or not, we are forced to go through the process of waiting for the Winnebago Boone Integrity Task Force to make their rulings and to release more information. We are going through the process of waiting for the Winnebago County State's Attorney Jay Hanley to make whatever ruling and to release whatever extra information will come out. We are still waiting for the video for Tyrus Jones being shot to be released, and so I think that we have to gain confidence from the momentum that this is having nationally, but also understand that that momentum will not translate locally unless we force it to. So I hope people are paying close attention to the things that's going on in Columbus, I believe, where Ma'Khia Bryant was murdered. Paying attention to the things going on, and I believe in North Carolina. And it's unfortunate. It's hard to remember all of these different names in the different states and the cities, but just in general, I hope that it is people paying attention to how different communities and areas are mobilizing and organizing around these issues and around the people who have been traumatized and affected by these issues. And then I hope that that is translated into each one of us finding which ways we can do that locally and which ways we can do that for our community members who have been damaged and traumatized by these issues. And that will be when we get closer to accountability, when we get closer to having full transparency, when we get closer to having restoration, and then in the process of those things happening, hopefully in years coming forward, we can start to get closer to having some form of justice being realized in the community. And so, again, we got events up on the May 30th Alliance page for Saturday and Sunday coming up. We got events for Friday. We got events for Saturday and Sunday coming up for the next 3 weeks. And then we got events for the First City Market, which is May 21st, up on the page. So go share those events, mark interested or going, and continue to go to the comments and continue to be on social media with the hashtag Justice for Faustin, Faustin Guetigo, Justice for Jose Gonzalez. And all right, we out. Oh shit. Yeah. Never drink coffee.